Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Yes. Yes. I want to learn to shake my titties like Saucy Santana. Oh. When I say that I am right, I am not trying to rub it in nobody's face. But bitch, when I tell you that I called that shit from start to finish, I am on high. I knew it. And you know why? Because it wasn't gonna be worth anything if you didn't give it everything. No, you gotta put some stank on it. You gotta tear this shit up. You gotta turn the world upside down. How do you do that? You make one of the most notorious faces turn heel. Huh? On one of the most fan favorite baby faces in WWE history. You make him into one of the most dastardly heels. That is cinema. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, it's not that, and some of y'all, I know some people are mad. Okay, but y'all got to understand where the story is going to lead, because I told y'all, if y'all listen to my video prior, and y'all, after this live, y'all can go on the video and look at it for yourselves. I promise you, it'll help you understand what you're looking at. You have to remember that John Cena was on a downward spiral. So what did The Rock do? The Rock just went and whispered in his ear and was like, hey, man, listen, I can damn near guarantee you another championship run. And you won't even have to put in all the work for it. I can take you to heights that you have never been. And this time, that makes sense. You know why? Because John Cena's already down in the dumps. He's already in the ground. Did he win the elimination? Sure, but he had a little help in that, didn't he? With Seth freaking Rollins, making sure that CM Punk didn't win, right? I told y'all. Cody wasn't going to sell his soul. Cody's still on his face run. He's not ready to change yet. But this can be the catalyst that takes him over to new heights that he probably never would have been. John Cena's got 10 months left on his farewell tour. And half of that tour, mostly all of it, is going to be him being one of the most wrestling heels in wrestling history. And it's an ingenious move. It's one of the smartest things that WWE has done. Why? All eyes are going to be on the E for the next month and a half. You're going to be sitting here on pins and needles wondering how they're going to keep this going, how they're going to amp this shit up. Not only that, okay, but you got Jade Cargill coming in here like a battering ram, destroying Naomi, destroying her. Okay, the stories have been set up in this Elimination Chamber, and I'm gonna walk you through it. Okay, so hold tight. Hello Tay, hello Danny, hi Kayla, hello B Jeffers. He said I can't. He said we ate that. I told you. To the letter, B. To the letter. I told y'all. I'm watching the post show. Bianca most definitely did it. No, she didn't. She over here semi-blaming Naomi. No. Not she blaming Naomi. That's crazy. Jade ain't gonna let her win that championship then. This is about to be a messy mania, and I'm all for it. Okay? I'm all for it. It's gonna be messy as hell. And no one came out to help them but the announcement team. What were they gonna do? What were they gonna do? They weren't gonna do anything. They were gonna do. Nothing that they were gonna be able to do to help Cody. You either mind your business or get caught in the crossfire and end up being collateral damage for The Rock and John Cena to mull over. You have to understand the dynamic of power has shifted. John Cena is one of the most coveted voices in WWE, and The Rock already owns the tenure and of course the shares in the company to be able to do what he wants. If you oppose them, you are already putting yourself in a problematic position where you most definitely are going to lose. They're going to make your life a living hell. So this is one battle Cody is going to have to fight on his own. He may lose at WrestleMania. More than likely, he will. And y'all are going to be very upset. I highly recommend that you prepare yourselves now, because very soon you could be looking at a heel John Cena as champion. Very, very soon. So you need to be prepared for that. It was very wild. We're finna go through it. I'm just going through the comments. And I'm saying about Naomi because I don't believe my sis did that shit. Naomi didn't do it, but Bianca probably did. And I think the reason why Jade went after Naomi was because she couldn't get Bianca. Either that or they was in on that shit together. But the way that Naomi responded to Bianca beating her down like that, it leads me to believe she didn't do it and that it was Bianca. Now he yelling it. He said Bianca did that shit. Child. They had a Poppy song. Let me take that off. I am going to change the media style so it's not so big. There we go. I like that better. Okay. It was a Poppy song, y'all. My voice is going in and out, so please forgive me, okay? Because I've been screaming at the TV and my voice has been a little shaky this week. I have a nephew who's sick, and he probably got part of his cold and whatever my husband had. And I got sick again, so I'm fighting off this cold, child. But I've been screaming at this TV. So voice is going in and out. Oh, Hunter said we bite and did. I know some of y'all are pissed off and in your feelings, but you got to get out your feelings and look at the bigger picture of what we're seeing here. This is a story for Cody Rhodes. This is about Cody Rhodes' story arc. This isn't about The Rock. This isn't about John Cena. You have to think. This is one of the biggest marquee matches in WWE history. John Cena is what they claim him to be, the GOAT. He is one of the most decorated superstars in WWE history. And you have another decorated superstar in The Rock aligning themselves to mad. You have to think about it outside of your own bias. This isn't about putting people over. This isn't about making people have new champions. Cody is the guy. Cody is the franchise player. And so, how do you overtop last year's Mania with everything that they did? You're going to have to go the extra mile. You bring The Rock back around, but not only do you bring The Rock around, you make a heel John Cena. This is unprecedented. It's not about seeing old guys in the ring. It's not about that. And that's where you have to let it go. It's not about that. It's about the story that's being told. And sometimes the older guys can give you something to latch on to. And these new guys are going to get over because of it. Cody's going to be bigger than you ever thought he could be, but he has to have a mountain to get over. If you just go into Mania, he's going up against CM Punk. What is that going to do for Cody Rhodes? Yeah, it's a good story. Yeah, it's a good fight, but it's not another mountain, especially after last year's Mania. And I'm not saying they're going to have to keep Cena announcing his retirement. This was the perfect opportunity to maintain that momentum. All right. Oh, I know. Nobody was going to help him. I didn't expect him to. It was more coming, baby. Let's get you up. At least Michael came in there. Michael came in there to help him. Wade, Pat, all of them came in there to see it, make sure he was all right. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get into the show. I'm going to tell y'all, we're going to start from the beginning. All right? Yeah, Poppy was the theme. He said, okay, Tiff, you see it, because my sis was not on guard at all. Naomi literally did not see her come. Naomi was in that ring, literally thought Liv was about to get taken out, and Jay beat the brakes off of her. And I believe she did that to send Bianca a message, only because she couldn't get to Bianca. So Naomi's going to be out. I can't take that brass ring. He got to fight to the death for that shit. It's not going to be an easy fight. They definitely going to be killing each other. I love this for Cena. This is the one thing he has always wanted to. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. John Cena wanted to turn heel years ago, but WWE did not want to do that because of the way he wanted to turn heel. He wanted to be full on heel. No merchandise, no nothing. He wanted to go full on singlet wrestling. Didn't want to wrestle in his jorts no more. No more John Cena character, hustle, loyalty, and respect. He didn't want to do that. And it was like, you're going to have to pull all that merch down. John was like, you got to pull the merch down because I can't do that. And Vince was like, no. No. We make good money on that merch. No, you're not going to turn heel then if we have to do it that way. That was the only way John Cena would accept the terms of turning heel. So because of that, he never turned heel. He never did. And that's the reason why you get the split reaction for him with the audience. His way, he wasn't doing it. I don't blame him though. Like, fine, fuck it. I'll just keep making money then shit. You don't want to do it my way. That's fine. Cole was crying, wasn't he though? But Cole had been crying since the fight with Kevin and and Sammy. So it is what it is. You the opposite. You think Naomi did it? Nicole, you really think she did it? I don't think she did it. I really don't think she did it. Because, but let's get into it. Elimination Chamber started at 7. Okay. Had a nice little kickoff show. They did good. It was Big E's birthday. So happy birthday to you, Big E. I hope you enjoyed your birthday. The fans and the panel saying happy birthday to Big E on the kickoff show. So shout out to them. But they started off with the women's chamber, and the women's chamber did exactly what it was supposed to do, which was set the tone for the show. It was so messy. All the girls came out there, everybody was in their pod. Decimated Naomi. She beat the brakes off of Naomi and then slammed the door of the elimination chamber on her neck. Naomi was put on a gurney and carted out, and Bianca was in her feelings trying to get out to get to Naomi, and all of this has led to Naomi not even being able to compete. Liv Morgan got a free pass, standing there waiting for a pod to open. Bianca's pod opens. She goes out there and she tries to leave the chamber to go after Naomi. But of course, Liv Morgan distracts her, pulls her back in the ring, and the fight begins. So then we had Roxanne getting let in, Bailey was let in, and then Bliss was let in. Now, once all of the women were in the chamber, Roxanne was eliminated. Bailey was eliminated first. Roxanne was then eliminated. Then it was Bliss. And then it was down to Bianca and Liv. Liv fought very hard to keep Bianca from winning. But thank God that Bianca was able to win, because I was not about to watch Liv Morgan face off against Rhea Ripley or Io. But girl, if you the one who attacked beyond Jade Cargill, child, your chances of winning at WrestleMania are about to be dashed. Now I need for Jade Cargill to explain herself so we can understand what the hell going on. Because listen, it could be any number of things. Now, I remember that Jade Cargill said she missed being a bad bitch. She missed being the bad girl, the heel, the evil entity, right? So what if the idea was to turn Jade Cargill heel and let her go off on both Bianca and Naomi? What if Naomi didn't attack her? What if she staged the whole thing to make it look like she was attacked? But it's a big extreme. It's a bit extreme. I'm going to lean towards the idea that Naomi or Bianca attacked her and she is coming in with a vengeance. And she decimated Naomi. When I say she decimated her, she took her out. Okay? Girl. Sorry about that, y'all. My Wi-Fi went out. Sorry. Okay. Let me go to some of y'all comments. Nicole still thinks it was Naomi. Like I said, it could be either one of them. But she was very, very caught off guard by Naomi, by Bianca, by Jade coming in there. And she was definitely thinking that Jade was going to hit Liv. So when she came after her, she was shocked. Now she had on a wig and a hoodie. Child. It's all a show. Very much that, they don't think Bianca's. I felt Rhea needs to lose. You feel like she needs to lose? To SmackDown for sure. Because I need to see Rhea versus Charlotte Part 3. Child, I couldn't remember nobody's name, honey. Bianca out here in a white fluffy coat and sunglasses like she was a rich widow, fake tears and all. That's crazy. I need that footage now. Well, if they ain't got, how they gonna? It's weird that they would find the footage like months later. We've been waiting on them to tell us who did this shit, and now you find this grainy ass footage. They better not come up with no damn footage. Or this be a triple threat or a fatal four. You know what, Don? I would not mind that. I would not mind that at all. Make it a triple threat. Wait a minute. Poor Naomi. She got tore up. Tonight was a whole lot. It was. But Bianca Belair was your Elimination Women's Chamber winner. This is her second time winning the chamber. Not you going through that. Child, I went through all three of them. Okay? All three of them. Now, I don't think Naomi is the one who did it because she would have fought back. Yes, she would have. That's what I thought. Because she was not fighting back. She was getting beat down. So, here's the other story that you probably didn't pay attention to when you was watching the chamber. You see, Liv Morgan is one half of the tag team champions, and she took out Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is still connected to the Wyatt Sick. Okay, and I think Don called this in our group chat earlier. So more than likely, Bliss and Nikki will both be another, what are they going to be? A 3-time tag team champion as well. They'll be going up against Liv and Raquel and terrorizing them for a little while, which I don't mind. If they win those tag team titles, they could also defend them in NXT and possibly drop them to a tag team in NXT. So, we love that for us. Okay? He said it's definitely going to be more footage because if it wasn't Liv and Raquel, like we were led to believe, then who exactly is it? We need more footage. They should have gave us more footage. I'm tired of them stringing us along like some goddamn little cats waiting for cheese and shit. I'm sick of that. Nicole said Trips is talking about his favorite children, Bianca, Jade, and Liv. I know he is. You know he love his kids, honey. The look on Bliss' face when she was eliminated, yes. I noticed the subplot very good. Y'all are starting to observe. Pay attention. Pay attention, children. Cats do like cheese. They do. You gotta clock. Sometimes you gotta catch it. Okay. Should be a 4-time. Well, why did they say Liv and Raquel are the first 3-time tag team champion? Was it there? Why did they say that? Hold on. Let me check. Yeah, she been champion 3 times. So why did they say that? Her and Oscar. This short demon is dangerous. Because I guess they did it as a team. I don't like that because they made it seem like Liv and Raquel were the first 3-time tag team champions, and that's just not true. Because they did it as a team. Oh, because it was them as a team without them splitting up. I see what y'all saying. I see what y'all saying. As a team, Liv and Rock are 3-time, but Bliss won her third with Oscar. I got you. I got you. What was Bayley's reaction to Naomi getting beat down? She was crying in her pod too. She was in the pod, didn't know what to do. There wasn't nothing she could do. She couldn't get out. Like how Kofi was a multi-time tag team champ before the New Day. Right. Got it. I got it. I got it. You know they sometimes mix up the facts. No, it's not that. It's that they were saying they're the first team as a team to go 3 times as a tag team champion, as opposed to getting your third tag team title with multiple partners. Liv and Raquel have done it as a team exclusively to them two. So Alexa Bliss is a 3-time tag champ, but it wasn't as a team. Correct. Got it. I got it. All right. So we're moving on. The 3 stories that are being told inside the women's chamber. I'm going. He said, not me going on and on. No, I needed the explanation. Okay. So listen, these are the 3 stories coming out of the women's chamber. Bliss is possibly going to go after those tag team titles with Nikki Cross again, and Raquel and Liv are in the crosshairs of the Wyatt Six. You have Jade Cargill going after Naomi, possibly going after Bianca, and then you have Bianca winning the chamber altogether. Now you can kind of lump in Bayley and Roxanne, but to be honest with you, I'm just tired of Bayley and Roxanne. They need to move forward from that. But Roxanne did eliminate her, so it is what it is. Now let's move on to the next match that happened on the card. They put the unsanctioned match. Well, they put the women's tag team match up next. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't really care for this match. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a good match, but it also wasn't. It wasn't that fun to watch either. So I'm just gonna tell y'all straight up. I didn't care enough about this match to pay attention to it. I did know who was going to win. This was a nice match for Toronto and for Trish Stratus. Being there for 25 years, that was their way of, giving Trish her flowers, which I don't have an issue with. I just wasn't interested in the match nor the feud. I just wasn't interested in it. It's no shade to them, but I just wasn't interested. To know who your winners are, it was Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton. Both of them, they won. They beat Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. If you care, honestly. Yeah, that was it. That was the big thing. There wasn't really much to come out of this match. I will tell y'all that they booed the shit out of us when they were singing the Star Spangled Banner in Canada, which fair. Fair enough, child. Choice been done last night. You skipped this match? Oof. They could have did what Cody versus LP was. I feel like they could have had Tiffany defending her title against Nia instead of having this tag match and just had Trish in her corner. You know what I'm saying? And I just wouldn't have cared that either. I wouldn't have cared about that either. But there were no titles defended on this particular card. So that's very interesting. But it was an okay match. There were some botches in this match. There was a little bit of, little steps, but it was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was okay. I feel like Nia always has some type of misstep in these types of matches inside the chamber. Chamber she does much better in, but anything that's big, like like what we saw last year with her being in the War Games match, her championship matches sometimes, depending on who her opponent is, she always has some type of misstep in there, some type of botch, and you just go, Like, what is going on? Like, what's happening? She's been pretty clean in every match that she's been in leading up to this last set of matches, these last batch of matches. She's just not been the best she could be, because I've seen Nia be great and I know that she can be great. She just hasn't been having like clean matches as I would like for her to have. But if I'm being fair, that's just me nitpicking. Overall, it was okay. It wasn't great. It was a little bumpy, like Aaliyah said in the comments, but it just wasn't worthwhile watching. To be honest with you, Nicole, you didn't really miss nothing with this match. You did miss a lot with the chamber if you missed the chamber. But this match, I wouldn't go back and watch it. It's not something that you need to see. Well, all in all, yeah, I feel like Tiffany versus Nia would have been better just having her in the corner, and they could have had their little moment, their little 1-2, knock out the ref. Candice comes in there and takes over or tries to help her win, and then Trish comes in there and does her stratisfaction or whatever. I just felt like this was an unnecessary match, because they could have just had her defend her title. But like I said, no one was defending their title at the chamber. So I kind of understand why she wasn't. So it's cool. Everyone looked great. I love Trish's gear. Tiffany's gear was great. I don't like Nia's gear because the way that I know that she wants to cover her butt when they make the gear for her, but if they just made it like a high brief, you know what I mean? Just make it like a high brief and give her that illusion mesh on the side that looks like it's her skin, but it's not her skin. It would look so much better on her, and it wouldn't give her this diaper-like look that goes all the way across her butt like that. I think she looks great, and I feel like if she's going to wear that kind of gear, then it needs to kind of look like Trisha's gear a little bit so it doesn't accentuate the aspects of her body that she wants to cover. You know what I mean? It's all kind of ways to skin a cat, if that makes sense. Other than that, they all look nice. I liked Candice's gear. I thought Candice's gear was great. I just wish Candice would change her hair color. I know she loves that icy purple, but I feel like if she changed her hair color, it would really change how you see Candice. Anyways, let's get on to the next match. The next match was the unsanctioned match with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And when they say that they were going to be brutal, they meant that. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens beat the hell out of each other. This was not a battle. This was a fight, and it got ugly very quickly. Sami put Kevin through two tables just back to back. Sami then went through 2 tables and another table. Sami got hit in the back with a chair multiple times. Kevin hit himself in the face with a chair. Sami finds a barbed wire chair. Kevin busts his face on the chair. He gets power bombed through the chair, laid there, still kicked out. Oh my God. Referees were getting destroyed. It was nuts. But unfortunately for Sami, that pile driver took a lot out of him, and he was not able to withstand the fury that Kevin Owens had. And because of that, he ended up suffering and got 3 power bombs to the edge of the apron, and he couldn't fight back anymore. He ended up got pinned. Match was over. Kevin tried to come back in and attack, but the Viper showed up and decimated Kevin Owens. And instead of him using the chair, he was about to punch Kevin Owens in the head. But Kevin ran, and then Randy RKO'd all of the security. This match was nuts. It was nuts. I could not believe what I saw. It was craziness. It was anarchy. And there was no blood. There wasn't a lot of blood. There wasn't a lot of mess. You didn't need to see a lot of blood in order for you to understand that these two were killing each other in the ring. And this is a big lesson for a lot of people. Getting busted open doesn't always equal maximum damage. Do you feel me? Sometimes it's about the carnage. Sometimes it's about the action. It isn't about the result of the action. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was fucking crazy. It was crazy. But this is a lesson that their counterparts are going to have to learn. And I think Nicole's in the comments saying it because I just flipped over to the comments. But she knows it as well as I do. You don't have to have a lot of blood in order to show maximum damage. You don't have to do that. And WWE proved that today with this unsanctioned match. It was nuts. And people were squirming during this match because I was in here losing my shit. It was silent in my parents' room watching this match. They was like, Jesus Christ. That was hard to watch. And there was no blood. I can't stress this enough. There was no blood that we saw. Because if Kevin was bleeding on his back, which rightfully so, we didn't see it because he had a shirt on. He never took it off. But we know he had the welts. His side was scraped up. It was red. We saw everything. They beat the hell out of each other. They pulled Kevin out the way, and I was livid. Kevin literally rolled out that ring. Them voices were sprinting, hell no. He said, bitch, I know Tony Khan somewhere fucking sick. Sick, I tell you. Sick. And I, you know what? This is a learning lesson. He should have been watching so he could take notes. Because you could either be a late mover that makes better decisions and knows how to change the things that so you can make your business better, or you can keep going the way you're going and fuck your shit up. Me personally, I would be trying to improve myself and learn from my competitors rather than just saying I'm better than them. That's just me. That's just me. Now he's smoking crack. Jesus. No flamethrowers or syringes needed. Nope. Vomiting child. He dizzy and fainted, ain't he though? He said, your former EVP left for the competition, became champion, beat the unbeatable, then gets John Cena in a WrestleMania main event when John is a fucking heel. Sick, girl. The cinema. Okay, do what everybody else do. Steal and do. It's called a late mover advantage. It's perfectly legal in the business world. Nicole knows you got first movers and late movers. Technically, WWE is a late mover advantage. Vince learned from the predecessors of the territories, and he came up with something new. The late movers in our particular era would be the Eric Bischoffs of the world, the Dixie Carters of the world, who were able to create companies like TNA and, of course, WCW. Okay, those are late movers who understood their audience and were able to create something new, but they came to their own demise because they were not paying attention to the shift. Vince McMahon has been able to maintain WWE because he understood what it meant to be a late mover. He was already there, so all he did was sit back and watch and change how the company moved. So the trajectory changed. Same thing with Triple H. It's called a late mover advantage, babes. That's just the way that it is. You watch your predecessors or your competition and you do better than them, or you do what works because the competition is focusing on what they're focusing on. You do a SWOT analysis of your company and you can see what the competition is doing, where they're going, and what their strategy is. That's business 101, baby. That's business 101. He said, okay, do what everybody else do it. Sick to his stomach. You think they stole employees, steal the blueprints. She said, oh my God, I start doing crack. Crack is crazy. Never in a day. She was like 10 minutes ago, I would have got my first crack pipe. That's nuts. That's crazy. I could never. But this match is forever going to be in the history books as probably one of the most brutal matches that we've ever seen. And it didn't have a drop of blood in it. And these two are never going to be the same after this. Never, ever, ever. So shout out to you, Kevin and Sammy, for putting on a banger of a match and telling a story, because we're going into WrestleMania and Kevin Owens is finally about to get his comeuppance from none other than Randall Orton. And we love it because we got 09 Randall punting niggas. And this motherfucker is 290 pounds kicking niggas in the head. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not, man. That's craziness. That's craziness. He said, I knew once he was like, I'm going to be in it and I'm going to win. Let us go to the men's elimination chamber. I'm going to make this very short and sweet so you can understand how this played out. The first person to get eliminated was Drew McIntyre, rightfully so, by Damian Priest. Damian Priest then gets a Claymaker to the head. Logan Paul takes advantage and gets rid of Priest. Then you have CM Punk, Paul, John Cena, and Seth all in the ring. They get rid of Paul. Take him out. And it's just the OGs. It's Seth, CM Punk, and Cena. CM Punk and Cena team up against Seth to get rid of him. They do. They get him out. Mainly, CM Punk is the one who pins him. Again, now I told y'all that Seth was not going to take that shit lying down. I knew that if CM Punk got rid of him, that he was definitely going to make sure CM Punk didn't win either. And they kept that chamber door open because Seth never left. He was still on the side of the chamber sitting there after he got eliminated. He never left out of the chamber. Okay? He never walked out. So when it came down to the final blows and CM Punk was able to get Cena was able to get CM Punk on them ropes and Punk was laying out on them ropes, I knew that curb stomp was coming because he told him, if I can't win it, your motherfucking ass ain't gonna win it either. Okay? Now, CM Punk got taken out. John Cena put him in the STF. And he couldn't tap. He wasn't going to tap. So he passed out. Ref called it. John Cena wins. Now, as John Cena is out there, here comes Cody Rhodes. Now, if you wasn't paying attention, if you didn't listen to my video and really understand how this was going to play out, then you wasn't smart. You wasn't thinking right, because The Rock is not trying to do no bullshit like, I'm going to give Cody Rhodes everything. No, the problem is he knew Cody wasn't going to accept it. So he went to the one person who he knew was vulnerable enough to take the deal. Because why? John Cena hasn't been able to do nothing on his own since he's been back in the E. He hasn't won a match. He has no structure. He has no drive, ambition. He's lost all of it. So all it took was a little whisper from the devil to say, hey, can give you what you're looking for. All you got to do is be my champion, right? You sell your soul, I got you. What you fail to understand is that John Cena gave up his soul to the WWE a long time ago. It just shifted owners. So now we look at this particular story, and Cody Rhodes told The Rock to go fuck himself. John Cena's in the ring playing the part, acting it out like, yeah, Cody, you tell him. I was like, nah. That nigga finna do some dirty shit. And he did exactly what I told you he was going to do. See, you have to understand the game is chess. It's not checkers, okay? The Rock is smarter than what you give him credit for. It ain't that he's one of the most followed men in America for no reason. Okay, it ain't that he has all this power for no reason. He's very, very smart, very calculated. And if you're going to be in any business, you have to be ruthless, number one. You got to be smart, number two. And you also have to surround yourself with minions who will do the job. Okay? And The Rock understands that very, very well. The only thing Cody didn't understand is that he never thought in a million years that John Cena would sell his soul to the devil. And he is a fool for believing that. Because even CM Punk has said if he was in a position where he couldn't get what he want, he'd have took that deal right out the gate. The Miz said the same thing. It's golden ticket. Even those who have already done it. Seth Rollins. You have to think, man. This ain't about championships. This ain't about none of that. It is all about control for The Rock. He breathes it. He lives it. It's fun for him because what else does a man with power, money, and everything need? Huh? He has to have control so he can have somewhere to wield it. And where else can you wield omnipotent power with no consequences? I mean, he learned from the best. I'm just saying. You have to think, man. The story isn't about building up new superstars. But this is going to give Cody a springboard to new heights that he probably would have never gotten had he had went up against anybody else. This isn't a regular match. You have aligned yourself. Two of the greatest WWE champions of all time have aligned themselves against Cody Rhodes. And that in itself means a lot. Why? Because that means Cody Rhodes represents the one thing that they cannot control, and that is hope. Hope, drive, determination. They can't control that. They can't control that. So The Rock doesn't like that. I gotta knock him down a peg or two. He's getting a little too big for his britches. You see what I'm saying? You gotta start thinking about the story and not about what you want to see. Sometimes what we're being fed is okay. And this is better than what you think. You gotta let things play out. The heel turn of John Cena is going to be one of the most talked about things in WWE history. You mark my fucking words. If it's not one of the biggest videos on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, wherever, I promise you by morning, it's going to have billions of views. Millions upon billions of views. Trust me. And if you didn't get the indication, John Cena gave you a clue that he was going to do it. John Cena ain't never said it's what's best for business. When's the last time you heard him say some shit like that? He has always been against the regime. Always. So when you hear him on a press conference talking about it's what's best for business, that was a clear clue that things was about to hit the fan. A clear fucking clue. I'm just telling y'all. It was the right thing to do. Don said, I knew it once he was like, I'm going to be in it and I'm going to win it. Well, I felt that shift. I felt that shift the moment he sat down for that press conference. And I was like, something about this not right. That man finna do some dirty shit. Some dirty shit about to go down here. I didn't know how, but I knew it was going to happen. I'm telling you, I called that shit down to the fucking T. I knew it. I knew it. Be afraid, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin ain't never seen the likes of Randy Orton in this light. We all know, but he don't. But he finna feel it. It is diabolical. It is diabolical. It's messy, but it's diabolical. But I'm telling you, they showed Seth sitting and watching, and I was like, he was sitting there, he was just waiting. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, Roman gonna get them receipts. Them receipts coming. This Mania might be even bigger than last year's because you're gonna have CM Punk, Seth, and Roman possibly fighting it out. You're gonna have Cody going up against The Rock and John Cena. John Cena helped Cody last year. Do you understand the full circle, long-term story moment here? John Cena helped him last year. He was a part of the story. Now he's in the new chapter as the biggest villain that Cody Rhodes is ever gonna face. This is fucking crazy. But it's so crazy and it's so good. It's such a smart move. I cannot stress to you how smart this shit is and how well this is gonna play out. I promise you that y'all are gonna end up liking this in the end. And when you really go back and watch it from start to finish, remember this started a week ago when The Rock came out there and asked for Cody's soul. So think from now until Mania how this has to play out. Okay? Y'all, it's going to be crazy. Buckle up, bitches. Buckle up. Because y'all going to be yelling at the TV screen a lot. It's going to be a lot of bald-headed John Cena's running around here. Because, nigga. He done been doing this sprinkle matches and losing. Yup. But he just wanted to hit that ass whooping to be justified and did. Yep. I knew he was screwed either way. The fairy tale story has to be stopped. And all of them have done it one way or another. They have. Oh, he ain't even say shit. He didn't say a word. This was fire. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my God, we lit. And we are. No, we need one more good OG storyline. Just one. But ain't nobody there say shit too. What can they say? John Cena just walked in and Mike dropped them, walked out, no words. He beat the brakes off of Cody in that ring. Now, there was a reason Cody got busted open. The only person that bled today was Champ. But it was done for a specific reason. Because The Rock took his blood and put it on that damn belt. That shit is dastardly. Do you understand what that belt has on it? That belt says Cody Soul. And it has the date of his father's death. His death date engraved. It's embroidered on the damn belt. And they held him and let The Rock whip his ass with that belt. The only other thing I will accept from Cody is pure anarchy. I would be tearing shit up. Every time The Rock see me, I would be whipping his old ass. So the only thing he could do is repeat my name. Every time he saw me, he would hate to see me coming. I'm gonna whoop your ass until I stop seeing you in my nightmares. I'm gonna red rum the shit out of you. The fuck? Ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no way. The moment he put his daddy's death date on that belt and walked onto that damn plane was his death warrant. He sealed it. Because it couldn't have been me. Because I wouldn't have said I wouldn't have waited until Elimination Chamber. I'd have called him. I'd have said it right then and there at Friday Night SmackDown. You can fuck yourself and that damn belt. This car, all that shit. You're going to use my daddy's death, my family. You're going to use that to try to goat me into doing what you want me to do? No, fuck you, nigga. Shit. What's wrong with you? Get you some cojones grande, okay? John said, I'm finna shake some tables and ruffle some feathers. John Cena, as a heel, is about to be craziness. It's about to be absolute craziness. And Sasha, you are right. He did always go up against authority, but not anymore. Not anymore. Wasn't they though? They was. Both of them. The Rock knew Cody wasn't going to take the offer. He knew that. That's why he went and got John together before he could even get it. So he knew John Cena was probably going to win the chamber. So he like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my shit together before it because Cody not going to take this offer. I knew that. This is the reason. Because he wants to take Cody out. He don't like the fact that Cody beat him at WrestleMania. So he been pretending this whole time, giving him drinks, talking to him. Yeah, Cody, we love you, man. You've been here carrying the company on your back. I love you. The problem with Cody as a face is that he's very naive. He accepts everything as face value and he thinks that everybody is going to respect and have respect for him. But you got a rude awakening. First of all, as a champion, your head should always be on a swivel. I don't give a damn damn who tells you they're your friend. Always keep in the back of your mind that a motherfucker's gonna stab you in your back. That's true tea. Especially when you got something that they all want. Everybody wants to be champion. So there's no way I'm going to be fighting beside you all the time. And then you have to think this is the same motherfucker who had your ass laying in front of your tour bus where your child and your wife were inside sitting. And he was whipping your ass in the rain while you was screaming and hollering with a belt that had your mother's name on it. He had your blood on his hands encrusted on this belt that he carried everywhere he went. And you're telling me you were considering an offer from him? It should have dawned on you from the beginning that you were getting played. My only thing would have been whoever was winning the chamber was going to be the Rock Stooge. And I would have waited. I would have just came out there after when the Rock called me out. I'd have been like, oh, Rocky, thank you. But I'd have hugged him. Then I'd have put the mic to my mouth and I'd have said, no thanks. Then I'd have fucking crossroads his ass right then and there. And I'd have took John Cena's bald-headed ass out before he had the chance to get to me. Because there's no way. There's no way. No way. Like, I saw you coming, nigga. I saw you coming a mile away. The promo's gonna be nasty. Child, you know he was gonna show up with that bloody ass belt. He disrespectful. You know what? Nowadays you don't know what could happen. That wasn't always the case, but it is now. I'm very, very happy that this Elimination Chamber was so good. There was only one match on the card that I didn't like, and it was the tag team match. Everything else was solid. I have to tell y'all my favorite matches. It definitely was the women's Elimination Chamber. I preferred it to the men's. It wasn't bad. The men's wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. But this women's Elimination Chamber was just, there was so much drama involved in it. And it was even after Jade, you were just rooting and just waiting. And it was so much back and forth. They did an excellent job. The women are consistently not phoning in their matches. They do an excellent job with telling stories in their matches. They are always on point. No matter what it is, the women always go out there and give 150% every single time. And if anybody deserves a bonus or a raise, it's these women right here. They set the tone for this show. They're the reason why this show was so great and why everybody was so hyped for whatever else was happening. This was excellent. It was expertly executed. It's my favorite match of the night. I loved it. Second favorite match of the night, it goes to this unsanctioned match. This was emotional. This was brutal. This was nasty work on both Kevin and Sammy's side. They both pulled out all the stops. And again, they were able to tell this story without making each other bleed. There wasn't blood dripping everywhere. It didn't look so fucking gory, but it was brutal enough for you to cringe at the things that you saw, the things they put each other through, the body damage that they have suffered is crazy. But this also was able to open the door and tell a new story that needed an ending, which is Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. As far as the women is concerned, several stories are coming out of this chamber. Bianca Belair has an opponent at WrestleMania. Do we know who it is? Not yet, because Io Sky is facing off against Rhea Ripley, and it could very well be Io Sky that she competes against at WrestleMania. But I think that Rhea Ripley is going to will out and beat Io, and she will be the champion that Bianca Belair faces off against. We also have Bliss and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan eliminated Bliss in this match, and so the Wyatt Six, along with Bliss, may be setting their sights on the new women's tag team champions. And of course, you have the story with Naomi, Jade, and Bianca. This could bleed into the women's championship, Or you could have a one-off match with Naomi and Bianca, with Jade and Bianca, or a one-off match with Jade and Naomi, at WrestleMania while Bianca goes off into the sunset with the women's championship, and Jade could then set her sights on Bianca Belair heading into Backlash, depending on where they go. All right. Now, Roxanne Perez may be fading off into obscurity. Who knows? But she's already had her dealings with Bayley. We don't know what they have planned for the other girls, but I'm pretty sure there's something that they got going on. Now, there are multiple stories being told in this match as well. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre are obviously on a trajectory of renewing their rivalry. Logan Paul and there's no need to discuss him. Now, as far as Seth Rollins and CM Punk is concerned, these two are never going to be done with each other. And we know that Roman Reigns is somewhere around the corner waiting for his revenge. And as for John Cena, we already know where his story is about to begin. So Elimination Chamber did its job. Several stories are coming out of the chamber and heading into WrestleMania. We are almost a month out from WrestleMania, and we are about to begin telling some stories that are going to be absolutely batshit bonkers. We already know that they're probably going to set up AJ Styles and Braun Breaker for WrestleMania. We already know that Jey Uso is going up against Gunther. Rhea Ripley more than likely will face off against Bianca. Charlotte is facing off against Tiffany Stratton. And we know that the final boss in Co is going to be facing off against Cody Rhodes. Shinsuke Nakamura is more than likely going to go up against LA Knight. And the tag team titles are hanging in the balance, as well as Chelsea Green and Lyra Valkyria having their rivals and adversaries. We will see how everything unfolds going into WrestleMania and where these championships being defended, what night they'll be defended. WWE, you did a good job. Now it's time to start the road to WrestleMania. With all that being said, if you want to hear how I predicted that John Cena was going to be the guy, how he was the only choice for Cody Rhodes going into WrestleMania, there is a video that you definitely can go and check out. The link will be in the description box. Once this video ends, you can click to it, or I will put it in the iCard over here so you guys who are watching it in the playback can go ahead and get to it. I promise you the video is very short, but it makes it very clear as to why John Cena turned and why this is happening. I promise you, I have been saying this for a little bit, and I knew that it was coming, and I'm so glad that I was right. Feels good to be right. I love it. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming over here and listening to me rant and rave. I appreciate y'all more than you know. I hope you guys please do me a favor. Share this video. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to always enjoy wrestling. Wrestling is an escape. It's fun. We're in this to listen and watch the show. We don't have to get negative about everything that we see. Sometimes you just got to remove your bias and just enjoy what we're seeing. We had a good show today. There's no reason to shit on it. So I hope you guys have a good night. Get some sleep. We got a lot to talk about on Monday, bitches. Monday's going to be a good time. I will see you then after Monday Night Raw. I love y'all. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.